Welcome to NKTelco Sports. We are here at Fort Loramie High School where the Minster Wildcats take on the Fort Loramie Redskins. Today's game is sponsored by Minster Bank, Sweeterman Pharmacy, Keyhole Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental, Hometown Opportunity, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, NKTelco, NKT TV, BowlerStore.com, Wagner's IGA, Grand Lake Health, Clopay Building Products, Moran's Refrigeration, and First National Bank. A thank you to those fine sponsors that allow us to bring you this, and tonight is high school football. I'm Jeff Henson. Alongside me this evening is Ron Cruzy, and for the 13th straight year in a row, the Minster Wildcats and the Fort Loramie Redskins will square off in week number 1 of high school football. And Ron, the Wildcats of late have dominated, but it's a new season and a lot of new hope on both sides of the ball as we start 2018.
Right, even though Minster comes in winning the state championship in Division 7 last year, they finished the season 11-4, 4-4 in the MAC. They have almost an all-new offensive line. They do not have the quarterback Jared Yulesman or Isaac Smeezing. Fort Loramie comes in with a record of 8-3 from last year. 2 of those 3 losses were to Minster. They have 12 letter winners back. They lost quarterback Austin Siegel and running back Mike Hoyne to graduation. And they're starting a new offense here. They're abandoning the running type offense they had last year. They're going to a new spread offense under new head coach Spencer Wells.
Well, there's your pre-game for tonight's ball game. A beautiful evening here at Fort Loramie. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have the opening kick here on NKTelco Sports.
At CAPT, we use Hometown Opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
Sweeterman Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Sweeterman purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Welcome back to Fort Loramie High School. Before we start the game, we will go through our keys to the game tonight, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. And with that, Ron Cruzy.
The first key for Minster: play to your strengths. They may be different from last year. Different areas have different strengths. You can't rely on what you did last year. Number 2, get off to a good start. They need to score early to gain the momentum. For Fort Loramie, number 1, focus on details. Each position group needs to play with great technique. Number 2, for Fort Loramie, play physical. Redskins need to set the tone early with great effort.
Well, thank you, Ron, and thank you to Keyhole Pizza for bringing the keys of the game for tonight's Wildcat Redskin football game. The Wildcats of Minster win the opening toss, and they have elected to defer. So first up will be the Fort Loramie offense. And as we said earlier, this is the 13th opening season matchup between these two teams. It has started this way for Fort Loramie since the beginning of high school football in the 2005 season. And kicking off for the Minster Wildcats is number 18, Weston Rittenhouse. Number 18, Brian Falk will do the kickoff duties for the Wildcats. 3 Redskin receivers back on the 5-yard line to wait the opening kick, and we're underway as that's a nice kick to the corner and is fielded by the Redskins. And with a decent hole is number 15, Mark Sager, up across the 30-yard line. Nice return by Sager.
Nice blocking there by the Redskins to give him a hole, and he took it right away, right through the crease.
Good field position for the Redskins as they start with their offense unit first. As we mentioned earlier, new quarterback for the Redskins this year is number 3, Colin Moore. He's a sophomore, 6 feet tall, 190 pounds.
An open backfield.
As Ron mentioned, a new offense this year under first-year head coach Spencer Wells. They open up with the screen pass and well defended by the Wildcats on the far side of the field. Loss of 2. Number 25, Jack Heitbrink, read that one well, Ron. Loss of 1 brings up 2nd and 11. Again, shotgun formation for Moore. He flips it to this side. And decent yardage there for number 21, Carter Mesher.
He's got enough for the first down.
So they will move the chains. Mesher did a nice job in space, broke a tackle and gained positive yards. A first down from the 31 out near the 44-yard line, and new set of downs for the Redskin offense. Moore this time keeps themselves, reads, finds a hole. Hit just past the line of scrimmage, able to fall forward for a couple, so it brings up 2nd and 8. Instantly, the Redskins back in formation, and they look to the sideline for the plays that's signaled in, and they quickly get after it here. Their first possession is a near midfield. Moore again swings it out to the right side. Across midfield. So 3rd and 4, nice pitch and catch there by the Redskins. Mesher again, that time Ron on the other side of the field. Similar play he broke for a first down earlier.
Yeah, just a quick out and let him go. Colin Moore, a 6 foot, 190 pound sophomore. Looks like he's got a pretty good arm on him.
So far, making the throws pretty safe for Moore. He's been on the money. Now beginning to work his way downfield, a pass and catch to the 45. First down for the Redskins with the reception.
So nice quick passes here to open up the game. Nice quick short passes, and they'll set that up later on, fake the short pass and possibly go downfield as Minster adjusts to the short passes.
Mason Kemper on the reception, 6'4", 190-pound senior. And they begin a new series of down. That one nearly picked off. One step behind the action was number 12, Mike Kentner, and that would have been 6 the other way. Results in a short gain for the Redskins, but they'll take that versus the turnover.
Yeah, and you saw Minster come up on that one, so be prepared.
Quickly, the offense back in motion for the Redskins. And on the far side, Nick Brandowy, number 4, goes off right side for, again, about 3 yards. So another 3rd and 5 here. A big down here. The Redskins will try to get the first down, but more importantly, try to get positive yards and make it a 4th and short if they have to. So far, Ron, the 25-second play clock has not come into factor at all for the Redskins. They quickly snap the ball. More time, plenty of time. Lost it downfield, has a receiver open. It's Mesher. Can't quite pull it in with his left hand. He had a step, ball thrown where only Mesher could get it. And now 4th and 5, and it appears the punt team for the Redskins will go out. So a decent drive to start the game, Ron, but a big play can't be made there, and they will apparently now punt it away.
Yeah, Mesher had his man beat by 2 or 3 steps, just a little bit out of his reach.
Take another look here, plenty of time. Punting for the Redskins is Blake Holdhouse. Angling punt towards the right sideline. It will bounce, take a Fort Loramie Redskin hop inside of near the 10 or 15-yard line. So a good punt, and Minster's offense is going to be somewhat backed up near their old goal line as they enter, as you mentioned, the reigning Division 7 football state champions.
It'll be interesting to see if they keep the same type of offense they had last year, because you're missing a big part of that, and that was Hillsman. He was the MAC Player of the Year his junior year, and also Smeezing, a very good running back, who also graduated. So we'll see who fills their shoes, and if maybe they changed it a little bit to take advantage of something someone else can do better.
You talk about a huge shoes to fill. You're talking about 4,000 yards from Hillsman out of that quarterback position, and they will start off left side with Mike Kettner taking a handoff from Jacob Niemeyer. So yeah, Hillsman and Smeezing. Hillsman had his hands in a lot of the offense for the Wildcats last year. So the Wildcats will look to reload, and they've had a couple odd seasons around. They've won those state titles both those years, making it to the finals, losing 4 games during the season. You don't see that often, but they've been able to win, when I say maybe the correct game, get enough points, suffered some losses, they learn from it, and they get hot at the right time. Niemeyer hands off, hole on the right side, and Kettner, again, I believe, pushes his way, still moving. They'll blow him dead. Short of a first down, 3rd and 2 now, so a big chance here for the Redskin defense to force a punt, and a big chore here for the Minster offense to try to get that 2 yards and keep the chains moving and keep possession of the ball here in the first quarter, under 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, we should mention Jacob Niemeyer is now the quarterback for Minster, a 6'1", 170-pound junior. So it's up to him to lead the Wildcats.
Hand it off and tackled short is the ball carrier, Alex Schmidtmeyer, 5'11" junior, the Fort Loramie Redskins defense. And I believe on the tackle was Nathan Ratterman, number 12, who snuck in there. And so that should bring up, I take that back, Ron. I thought he was stopped short of the first down. Ratterman was in there, doesn't.
Yeah, it's still 4th down. They got on the sideline there.
Yeah, now they flipped it first, so first down, big. He didn't need a lot, and they didn't get a lot, but they got enough, and the Wildcats earn a first down and keep possession, still buried back in their own territory on the 23-yard line. In the shotgun is Jacob Niemeyer. This time he throws it to the left side, number 34 with the catch. A lot of running room. Augie Bain line across midfield, down inside the 45. Nice play action, good decision by Jacob Niemeyer, and Bain line with a nice catch on the far side and a good run for him.
There's a flag down on the field, and I think they're going to call this back.
Penalty will go against the Wildcats.
Illegal motion.
So that will wipe out, Ron, a big offensive gain for the Wildcats and a break for the Redskins.
That was a 32-yard gain.
All for nothing. Instead, it will be a loss of yards, a first down now and 15 to go. Ball on the inside the 20 on the 18. One other note critical to that Minster offensive unit, their center this year is a freshman, Alex Frimmel. So a lot of responsibility on him, snapping the ball to the shotgun, and that is Jacob Niemeyer around the left side, tripped up, but a decent gain, a nice gain, I should say, on first down, picking up about 7 or 8 yards. And
nice job of ball handling there by Niemeyer.
Run down that Minster offensive line. Left tackle Clayton Purvis. Left guard Dustin Frericks. You see a replay here. The center, as I mentioned, freshman Alex Frimmel. Right guard Sam Smeezing. Right tackle Dylan Sharp. Tight end Cody Frericks. Your split end is Mike Kettner, and your wide receiver Jack Heitbrink. Your fullback Augie Bainline. Your tailback Alex Smeezing, and your quarterback, again, as we've mentioned before, is Jacob Niemeyer. Niemeyer keeps it. This one batted down. And I believe with the pass defense there, Ron, is Nathan Ratterman.
Yeah, Ratterman, a 6'4", 205 senior.
Well, he made himself a lot taller than 6'4", getting the arms in the air, getting in the passing lane. Knocks it down and keeps it now 3rd and 8. So a difficult down and distance for the Minster offense under head coach Garrett Stokes in his 6th season at Minster. He's been winning 75% of his games as head coach of the Wildcats. And the ball is given to Smithmire. He breaks a tackle. Good running by number 22.
Fort Loramie
Alex
came with a
Smithmire
blitz that time.
Broke a tackle, and by doing so, Ron earned a difficult first down and some positive yards once he broke the line to gain. So Minster overcomes the penalty that wiped out a nice gain by Bainline, and now they have a new set of downs, have yet to cross the mid-stripe field.
25-yard gain on that play.
Just under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Niemeyer looks to hit as he throws. Ball down the field. Catching is Cody Frericks.
Touchdown.
He'll finish it for a touchdown, a 43-yard, make it a 50-yard, or I'm sorry, 57-yard pass and catch. Niemeyer to Frericks. Niemeyer hit as he threw it, had enough strength to get it down the field. Frericks at 6 feet 6 inches, the tight end up and makes the catch. And the Wildcats, the first points of tonight's game, a 57-yard pass and catch. On for the Wildcats now is Brian Falk, a 6'3" sophomore. The holder is number 12, Mike Kettner. And your holder is Frericks. He just caught the touchdown. He's going to have to snap it back to Kettner. The kick is up by Falk. The arms go up. The extra point is good. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have more high school football here on NKTelco Sports.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
Minster Dental Care continues to offer advanced dental technology in a state-of-the-art facility. Our professional team offers experience in general dentistry and orthodontics, including services such as CEREC and wireline orthodontics. Board-certified pediatric dentist Dr. Philip Slonkowski ensures our littlest patients have a positive, safe, and a comfortable experience. We are unconditionally committed to excellence in everything we do.
Welcome back. The Wildcats kick off and is fielded down on the 6-yard line by the Redskins. And down about the 21-yard line is Mark Sager. We'll take another look at that touchdown.
You're going to see Niemeyer back. There's Frericks out on the right-hand side. He gets up in the air to get the football right over the defender and turns, and nothing but green grass all the way home.
So the Wildcats score first. The Redskins will look to build upon a pretty decent first drive they had. Got a first down, got in across the mid-stripe field before they had to punt it away. And we'll take over here trailing by 7. Mesher on the carry around the right side, positive for about 3 yards.
We got a flag down on the play.
Penalty marker, so
probably holding.
Penalty will back the Redskins up. That'll give me a chance to go through the Redskins offensive unit. Left tackle, Grant Imwally. Left guard, Logan Siegel. The center, Josh Pengulin. Right guard, Colin Dietrich. Right tackle, Griffin Meyer. Tight end, C.J. Billing. Split end, Mason Kemper. Wide receiver, Ben Barhorst. Wide receiver, Carter Mesher. Your tailback is Nick Brandowy. And the quarterback for the Redskins, Colin Moore. And mentioned before, Spencer Wells, the head coach of the Redskins in his first year. And he has a lot of football history with him. 7 years as an assistant coach at Alanis, Salina, then at Marion Local and Wapak. And those latter 2 very successful programs. He's been assistant coaches there, learned a lot under those 2 schools who have been very good football programs as of late. And he also was a quarterback on the Delphos St. John's 2005 state championship team. So Brandowy able to get some room and get past the original line of scrimmage for a nice gain and bring up 2nd and about 6 or 7. Take another look at it here. Good tackle breaking ability by Brandowy, and he gets across the 20 and stays in bounds and falls forward at 24. So Spencer Wells mentioned a lot of success. You mentioned teams like Wapak and Marion Local. Wapak, they won 33 straight WBL games. Marion Local, if you've been around Ohio for the past years or a few years or so, you know they've been dominating high school football. And he comes over and, as Ron mentioned, brings a spread offense to the Fort Loramie program, and also a little bit different attitude as far as what he wants to see, and the players and the coaches have bought in well to the program. He's complimented his players on how well they picked up on it, and he's been also very pleased with the staff, which include Brad Frilling, Mike Megatow, Cody Albers, Treg Bargy, Nick Meyer, Nick Turner, Jim Fortman, and Jacob Seger. That ball up for grabs. No good.
That's one he might want back.
So he threw it into traffic.
Yeah. So again, on 3rd down, they go long, and both times they were unsuccessful.
So drive stalls is marred with a penalty.
And that time he threw right into double coverage over the middle, and that usually spells disaster.
Blake Holdhouse will punt again. Last time he pinned the Wildcats inside the 15-yard line. He's got plenty of room to kick it now. Good time, good protection. The ball will end over end to the 45-yard line, 44-yard line. And
it looked like he called for a fair catch.
Yeah, I did too. I thought he called for a fair catch.
It wasn't real clear.
So Alex Schmidtmeyer actually will lose maybe a couple yards from where he received it. That's where the Wildcats will take over on their 2nd possession. You know, you talk about fair catches, and I don't know if it's this way in college, pro, or even high school, but with all the emphasis on safety, sometimes you're the defender, Ron coming down, you're being distracted. You know, do you see the fair catch sign all the time? I'm surprised they don't have an official back there like waving his hand, so when the defender comes down, maybe he's been blocked and can't see, he needs to know, can I hit the guy or not?
Or even blow a whistle. Maybe.
Yeah, or just put a hand up so you know that he signaled it, because sometimes the signal, I think, is kind of weak, and if you aren't watching it when he does it, you have no idea.
Yeah, well, there
you think
again,
that's a good idea, right?
No, I don't.
You don't think it's a good idea?
No.
What about safety, Ron? Safety first.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't want to get hit, he needs to put his hand
longer,
up, clear. That's where the runner or the defender has his eyes on, is the guy receiving the football, not the official. I understand that,
but a lot of times you're being harassed down the field. You don't always have maybe a direct line of sight, but we'll leave that up to the football.
Don't look for that to get changed.
What's that?
Don't look for that to get changed any time too soon.
I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah,
well, I have a lot of good ideas.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
That not being one of them, though, I don't think. But
we'll discuss that later. But right now it's 2nd and long, as Minster with decent field position here to start their 2nd drive as we approach the final 3 minutes of this first quarter. Handoff to the left side. No gain. And on the stop, number 40, C.J. Billing, a senior defensive end, in there to stop that momentum and a loss of yards. 3rd and 11.
Now we'll see what Minster comes up with for the first time, 3rd and long. They got one good target we know, and that's Frericks,
And
a 6'6", 215-pound
as well.
junior.
Niemeyer, the shotgun, will receive the snap. Niemeyer keeps it right up the middle, gets to the 48, and he stood up. Nice blocking, nice heads-up tackling by the Redskins. Mark Seger in on that stop, and there's a good defensive stand by the Redskins, and the Minster offense unable to get a first down. They will punt it away.
That'll be Trent Rutgerman back to punt, 6'2", 180-pound junior for the Wildcats.
Back to receiver. Punt for the Redskins, number 15, Mark Seger.
Mark Seger backpedaling to his 10-yard line. Spiraling kick, and that's where Seger will get it on about the 10. And he will be tackled just across the 15, given maybe the 16, 17, and the 3rd possession will start for the Redskins with 1:40 left in this first quarter. We'll look to build upon a drive last time, Ron. Didn't really produce a lot of offense. The penalty did not help them.
They moved the ball a little bit with short passes, but there's no intermediate passes. It's either short passes or long ones, and they've thrown 2 incompletions on the long ones. Everything else has been complete.
Fort Loramie's first football season varsity level was 2005, and as we mentioned before, they've opened up their season every year against the Minster Wildcats. Although Minster, Ron, has dominated the series as of late, when the series began through the first 9 opening games, it was a 5-4 record in favor of Minster. Since that time, the Wildcats have dominated the opening games, winning 6 in a row, and also in that course, they've won a couple playoff games against the Redskins. So right now, the momentum, if you will, is in favor of the Wildcats in this series. Brandon Weaver with a short carry. And you mentioned this rivalry. You know, we got Fort Loramie down here in the south end of 66 and Minster on the north end. You know it's a rivalry when you see some of the street signs in Fort Loramie, like the speed limit sign with the letter M X'd out. So a little kind of almost comparison to Ohio State, Michigan, the team up north. So the rivalry continues here. The Redskins, as I mentioned, trying to break that string of wins the Wildcats have put against them. As Moore rolls out to his right. And that pass is dropped. 4th down, so a short series there as the clock stops at 31 seconds. So I believe, Ron, about a minute of game clock consumed by the Redskins, if I'm remembering when they took over. But
yeah, even if he completes that pass, he's pretty well covered there. He's not going to go very far, especially not enough for the first down.
Big opportunity here for Blake Holthouse. If he's got a good punt in his leg, it would be a nice time to kick it out here. And he's got to be kicking a little bit into the wind. And that ball is held up, and that's going to be great field position for the Wildcats.
Takes a Minster bounce.
Inside the 35, just maybe around the, giving them the 34-yard line. So great field position, 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. And they didn't really realize, Ron, so much the wind, but the flag looks like blowing directly north to south.
Definitely in Minster's favor here in the first quarter.
So a chance here with the Wildcats already on top 7-0. Wind behind them, short field to go to put some more points on the board here in the first half. Mentioned to you, Ron, before the game, one of the stats I noticed from last year's Minster Wildcats team that won the state title, inside of the 20, when they got into the red zone, they were almost unstoppable. Nearly 85, 86%, they scored touchdowns. So when they get inside the red zone, they took care of business. Niemeyer looks to Kettner, and incidental contact, ball falls incomplete. And on the flip side of that coin with the red zone, the Minster opponents, once is inside the red zone, didn't even complete half of their attempts for touchdowns. So Minster's offense took care of business inside the red zone, and the defense came up big when the opponent had it inside the red zone. Another key that helped them move on to win their second state title in 4 years.
So far, Minster has 8 rushing attempts. Vice on the other side, Fort Loramie has 9 passing attempts. So it's kind of a reversal of roles here.
Alex Schmidtmeyer, the ball carrier, and that will be the last play of the first quarter. And after the first 12 minutes of action, the Wildcats have a 7-0 lead over the Redskins. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have more high school football here on NKTelco Sports.
The big game is right around the corner. Are you ready for it? Come into Francis Furniture and find the right fit for you and your friends in our Lazy Boy Comfort Studio. With Lazy Boy Premier sofa and sectionals, you can custom order a look that's just your style. Choose from hundreds of decorator fabrics or choose genuine leather for its luxurious feel and durability. Come into Francis Furniture today, the area's only Lazy Boy Comfort Studio.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
12 minutes are in the books. The Wildcats on top 7-0, and we're on a first quarter that saw the Redskins kind of start off good on offense. Minster converts a big third down, and they end up scoring on their first possession. So the Wildcats with great field position here. So defense giving them that. And couple shootout territory here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, basically one big play for Minster, a 57-yard touchdown pass, knee camp to Ferrix. And other than that, the only play they had over 10 yards is 25-yard run for Fort Loramie. Their biggest play was a 13-yard pass, and they did have a 12-yard run. So not very many big plays here, obviously, just that one, and it turned out to be 6 points for Minster.
Third down 8, a big play here for the Wildcat offense. Again, I believe they're in 2-down territory. They don't need all of it, but they'd like to get a first down here, move the chains, and work their way towards the Redskin end zone, or goal line. Schmidtmeyer, 5'11" junior. And Schmidtmeyer gets about half of it. Jake Rauderman for the Redskins in on the defensive stop. 4th and 5 from the 31.
They knew it was in 4-down territory. They weren't going to punt, so they can rush it 2 times, or this time they can obviously pass it.
Niemeyer waiting for the snap. Redskins possibly jump, or there was movement by the Minster offensive line.
I think they were drawn off by Minster.
Mistake by the Wildcats, false start. So that will push us back now to 4th and 9. So that makes it maybe a little bit more difficult, Ron. But
yeah, it looks like they're still going to go for it. They're not going. The punting unit isn't out there yet.
Ball on about the 32-yard line. So yes, they will line up. 4th and 9, just inside the start of the second quarter. Frimmel with a snap back to Niemeyer. Time for Niemeyer. Open receiver is Schmidtmeyer. He'll be tackled at the 9-yard line. Yes, Schmidtmeyer from the 32 down to the 9-yard line. So
that was a well-designed play to get Schmidtmeyer out of the backfield on like a wheel route there.
The Wildcats inside the red zone. I mentioned earlier they were very, very good inside the red zone last year, converting 85% of their trips into the red zone into touchdowns.
So that was an 18-yard gain on that pass.
Ball on the 14. Schmidtmeyer around the right side, nowhere to go. Good pursuit by the Fort Loramie defense. And Schmidtmeyer, little to no gain. Nick Brandewee for the Fort Loramie Redskins in on that stop. And last year the Wildcats entered the red zone 48 times, scoring 41 touchdowns and had 1 field goal. So 42 times they scored, which is right around 87%. So they're in the red zone now, a short yard. The last play, a 2nd and 9 from the 13. Low snap, picked up by Niemeyer, handed off. And Schmidtmeyer breaks a couple tackles and dives forward near the first down marker and maybe just past it. So the low snap from Alex Frimmel, but able to be fielded by Niemeyer, and Schmidtmeyer does the rest, Ron. A nice first down carry, 1st and goal from the 2.
Nice job there by Niemeyer. Good hands in the backfield picking up that ground ball. He showed us good ball control in the first quarter with a fake handoff, and that time it was better because it led to a first down and down to the 2.
That time the snap a little bit higher, and this time the Redskins defense knocked down or stopped Schmidtmeyer for little to no gain. Noah Giozzi, number 40 for the Redskins, in on that stop, and for the Redskins defense, they're going to have to come up with 3 more big plays to try to keep the Wildcat offense out of the end zone. Snap dropped this time by Niemeyer, and it is a turnover. A rare mistake by the Wildcats. Number 44, C.J. Billing, in to corral the loose ball, and the Redskins defense
there we see
take care of the opportunity, Ron.
The replay, I couldn't tell from that if the snap was a little wide or not, but we just got done complimenting him on the fielding the ground ball, and there was a line drive, and
well, we mentioned
out of his hands.
Mentioned that the snap-sap series a little erratic, but a young man doing the snapping for the Wildcats. Tough break for the Minster Wildcat offense. And Ron, I talked about how well they did last year in the red zone. Also on the turnover giveaway mark last year, the Wildcats only gave it up 18 times. They were a plus 20, forcing 38 and only giving up 18. And this give up was a big one as Fort Loramie will take over, and for a moment avoid a Minster score. But they've got to get a first down here, Ron, or they're going to be giving the ball right back to the Wildcats in good field position.
Yeah, that time they were conservative and went for the rush. So they did get 4 yards on that carry.
Ball in the 6-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Notice the first play of the game, it was an empty backfield, and ever since then now they put a guy back there, running back in the backfield with the quarterback. Just that first play of the game was an empty set.
Play clock down to 1. It will get off just in time and nowhere to go for more. And he is met by number 67 of the Wildcats, Dustin Frericks. Read it well. The Fort Loramie offense round seemed a little out of sync. That's one of the few times the play clock went down to almost 0, and Frericks got in there with no trouble.
We'll see where his forward progress was stopped. It looked like right on the 6-yard line.
So 3rd and 10. So big down here. The Wildcats defense can make a huge stand, forcing a punt, and they're going to do just that. Brandewee gets a couple, needed a bunch. So one good thing though, Ron, with this punt coming up out of their end zone, There will be wind behind the punt attempt this time.
And just as you say that, the flag went limp.
So another Mother Nature kicks up again a little bit. Now the flags begin to go towards the south, and Holthouse will be kicking out of his own end zone. So important here to get a good snap. All Minster receivers are inside or on this side of the field, and that's a short kick. Fair catch called for and signaled and made by number 14, Austin Brown, and excellent field position for the Wildcats. They will start this drive on about the 37. We'll see where they put it down.
Looks like maybe the 41.
I was watching the wrong referee. So we'll give the 41 as Ron so said, and this will give me a chance. I want to thank our sponsors again tonight. NK Supply, Minster Dental Care, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Caring Without Limits, Precision Strip, NKT.TV, BullerStore.com, and Wagner's IGA, specializing in good food and good service. Niemeyer wants a bunch. Open receiver, caught, and touchdown. A 41-yard passing catch. Trent Rechterman, 6'2 junior, had a step, and Niemeyer able to get enough on it. And a quick strike offense for the Wildcats. And they go up 13-0, and that fumble turnover turns out not to cost them right now, Ron, as they get a quick 3 and out and strike on their next touch on offense.
Just another really nice pass there that the receiver went up and got the ball in midair.
Rechterman 6'2". Earlier it was Frericks, 6 feet 6 inches, hauling down the pass. So, and the extra point is good by Falk. And quickly here in the second quarter, the Wildcats take a 2-touchdown lead as we'll take another look at it on our Winners Meets replay.
Had plenty of time. Eyed the receiver, and there he is, number 19, and that is Trent Rechterman.
So the Wildcats score, and they take a 2-score lead here. And while we wait for the kickoff, we'll also go through the rest of our sponsors, and that is Grand Lake Health, Clopay Building Products. We service what we sell. Moran's Refrigeration, a name you know, a name you trust. PSG Automotive Outfitters, Minster Bank, financial solutions for a lifetime. Sweeterman Pharmacy. Pharmacies are located in Salina, Coldwater, Minster, New Bremen, St. Mary's, and Wapakoneta. And also sponsoring our keys to the game tonight is Keyhole Pizza. And our replays this evening are brought to you by Winners Meats, quality meats for 90 years. And at halftime, we will also have a hometown opportunity business spotlight. And tonight we will be featuring Area Electric, and that will be during halftime. And we also will be picking a player of the game tonight, brought to you by NKTelco. And lastly, our scoreboard sponsor tonight, brought to you by First National Bank, Think First. So Wildcats kick off to start the next series, and the Redskins will take over here as they will need a good drive on offense, Ron. Last time kind of handcuffed in near their own end zone, but now going to have to find some rhythm, some continuity.
Yeah, with their spread offense, they still need to hit the intermediate pass, I think, and their short passes are there, but it's not getting them down the field. Whenever they've gone long, it's been incomplete, whereas Minster, every time they go long, it seems like they got a receiver going up and getting it. Either 6'6" Frericks or 6'2" Rechterman.
More pitches over to Nick Brandewy. He will fall forward for 4 yards.
Those are 2 pretty nice catches for Minster for those 2 touchdowns.
Austin Brown, one of the Minster players, in on that tackle. 2nd and 5 from the 39. Moore to the left side, the ball nearly, I think he will be down. His knee was down when he caught it. A short gain.
sidelines, number 6, Mason Kemper.
Mason Kemper on the reception from Colin Moore, but his knee is down. You are down in high school football, so no chance for more yards or maybe even hit the ground. Ron, I'm not for sure if they gave him any yards or not. 3rd and 5 from the 39.
Evidently, they gave him one yard.
Maybe he did. Big down here as the Redskins will take a timeout. Their first of the half. We'll take a break with them as you're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Coach Spencer Wells takes one of his 3 timeouts here in the first half, and Ron, it's probably a good call. You want to make sure with this down and distance, you want to make sure everyone's on the same page. You hate to give the ball back to the Wildcats.
Yeah, big play so far here in the second quarter, and they don't want to give it back to the Wildcats right away, obviously. So something they got to play up that maybe they worked on all week long in this situation, whether it's 3rd down or 4th down. And they want to make sure they get enough for the first down, which they're going to need about another 5 or 6 yards to get that done.
A difficult task against a good Minster defense. Snap goes back. Intercepted. I believe it's number 28 on the interception. Well read. Joe Winter, 6-foot senior, intercepts at about the 45-yard line. Joe Winter, the interception, and he returns it nicely down inside of.
You're going to see on the replay here, Winter did a nice job reading that and just cut right in front of the receiver. He had help behind him so he could make a play on the football without any trouble.
Ball spotted right on the 20-yard line. So red zone opportunity again for the Wildcats. They failed their last time, but forced a quick 3 and out. And on their next touch following the punt, a touchdown strike on offense to give them a 2-touchdown lead.
Now we'll see what Minster does. A lot of times teams want to make a big play right after a turnover, and this would be a good spot for it.
Jacob Niemeyer gives it off to 22 Schmidtmeyer, and he again gets decent yardage of about 7. So a good first down offensive play there by the Wildcats as the Redskins defense not able to get a good stop at the line of scrimmage, and will now be faced to force the Wildcats out of the end zone from a very short 2nd and 3. Clock running at 4:20 here in the first half.
And they can take their time here, run the clock down with 4:17 left.
And the Wildcats will get the ball back. I know there's 4 minutes to go, a long time to quote run it down, but they will get the ball to start the second half. Niemeyer, screen pass over to Heitkamp. And Schmidtmeyer will fall down very close to a first down. So Niemeyer, his first start as a varsity quarterback, other than the mishandled snap, has done a nice job running the Minster offense, has made some big throws downfield to some big targets. And the 6'1 junior will call the signals here on a 3rd and 1 from the 11-yard line. Schmidtmeyer gets a handoff. Schmidtmeyer gets the first down. So he gets the first down, making the stop on defense for the Redskins, number 2 and number 40, Devin Werman and Noah Giozzi. As the sun, Ron, beating down brightly in our direction, so difficult to see right now across the field. What I can tell you is it's 1st and goal from the 8. And a timeout here, again, called by the Redskins. They'll take their second of 3 timeouts. We'll take a break and come back with more football here on NKTelco Sports.
It's hard for me to.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwieterman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Minster Wildcats, a great opportunity here, Ron. Near the end of the first half, a chance to put another score on the board. That'd be a big task for the Redskins to battle back. Plus, again, Minster's going to get the ball back to start the half. So Coach Spencer Wells takes time out, hoping to get his defense prepared for what they might see and try to get a stop and maybe force another turnover like they did the last time when the Wildcats were in the red zone.
1st and goal from the 8, so you would kind of expect them to keep it on the ground with 3:04 left, but we'll wait and see.
So the sun is out, and the Wildcats on the snap, give it to Smirr. He spins out 1 tackle and will make a nice creative run for a touchdown. 8-yard touchdown run by number 22, Alex Schmidtmeyer. So he did a lot of that on his own, creating some space, if you will, with some nice footwork. And Alex Schmidtmeyer, 5'11 junior, his first touchdown of the season. Take another look at it right here, and did what he could with what he had. And get him out in space, made a couple guys miss, and pretty nice run for the junior. And the kick is no good, so the extra point attempt there by the Wildcats. Brian Falk misses left. We'll take another timeout here, as just under 3 minutes ago, you're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
Take your game day party to the next level with a new TV and Sonos sound system from Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. A Sonos sound system takes all the action into every room of your home and outdoors. Break your home into zones and control the content and level right from your phone or tablet, enabling you to enjoy the game, or not, with the touch of a finger. Add a security camera system connected to your TV from Fowler's, and never leave another friend stuck outside in the cold. Fowler's TV, taking game day to the next level.
20-0 your score. The Wildcats have been rolling as of late on offense, and their defense also, Ron, making it very difficult for the Fort Loramie Redskins here to get anything really going after that first possession where they got a first down.
Yeah, they came into the game prepared for the spread offense, obviously, and they're not allowing the intermediate or the deep pass. Everything is short, keeping it in front of them, and then they forced them 3rd and long, and they played pass all the way and picked it off for a nice return, turned that into a touchdown.
Redskins will take the opening kick, or the kick, and advance it across the 20 near the 25. So a little bit of time left with just the 1 timeout. 2:51 to go. For the Fort Loramie Redskins, they would like nothing more, Ron, to get a score before halftime.
And now we'll see what the Redskins open offense is going to produce here. They need to score here in the second quarter to make it a back into the ball game. They got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
And want to be maybe careful also they don't give the ball back to the Wildcats. Moore keeps it. Bain line, I believe, for the Wildcats there to stop that forward progress. And we'll see once here also, Ron, if they get a good stop on defense, if the Minster coaching staff will take any timeouts to conserve some more time for their offense to get one more strike before halftime. Clock running, 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. 2nd and 8 from the 26. Moore Downfield, Mesher there, some contact. Everyone looks like they were going for the ball, and it falls to the ground.
Yeah, there's a little bit of contact there, incidental according to the officials. So
it looked like to me, Bron, everyone involved and a couple Wildcat defenders there. As you take another look at it, well, at least one guy was looking back at it. I assume the other one was hands up in the air, chasing from the front was Brown. He had kind of two hands up to try to distract the pass or deflect it, and falls incomplete. That stops the clock with 2:08. So that helps the Minster Wildcats. One, stopping the clock so they don't have to take a timeout. Forces a 3rd and long. It's been difficult here for the Redskins offense. Brandewee will throw it. Open receiver. Caught. A shoestring tackle, as I believe it was Mesher. It is Carter Mesher. He takes it from the 26-yard line to the 39.
A 34-yard pickup.
A pitch to Brandewee. We're taking another look here. Watch Moore pitch it to, I believe, Brandewee. And the left-hander makes the easy throw, or I shouldn't say the easy. Being on that side of the field for the left-hander, it was a nice throw. A shoestring tackle saves the touchdown. And another pass and catch. That's Mason Kemper.
They got lucky there. The ball was tipped.
Only one timeout for the Redskins. Clock continues to run with 1:35. So big play for the Redskins. Gets them into Minster territory. 2nd and 2. Mesher with the ball to the left side. This time he'll keep it, get the corner, turn the corner, and he will get tackled inside the 5. Nice run by Carter Mesher. Good speed run there around the corner. Mesher, tough to bring down. We'll take a look at it once again.
It's like a jet sweep. He gets the corner, and then he turns on the speed. Just one guy there.
Michael Kettner to stop the touchdown. And that snap goes nowhere as they will just barely get back to the line of scrimmage. Clock still continues to run, under 60 seconds. This would really help the Fort Loramie Redskins team to get a score here before half.
Clock's running with 45 seconds to go.
Pitch to Brandewee, little to no gain, and that will probably call a timeout here. And they will hustle up 30 seconds. I guess you got time to run one more and then call your timeout. Remains a 3rd down. Little gain so far since the tackle by Kettner to stop the touchdown. Pass out to the outside is off his hands. Would have been tough to go anywhere as Noah Enneking, number 4, there to make the tackle.
And you can see the fans, they were getting kind of antsy there with the clock running, but Fort Loramie showed a lot of poise there. You got plenty of time. You got 2 plays left anyway, so.
Well, you got 4th and goal here,
yeah.
So you need to.
At the time, you had 2 left.
Yep.
It was
you had a
3rd down.
timeout.
So there was no sense in hurrying and panicking, and they were very poised, and that was pretty impressive.
They will use their final timeout. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with the final 10 seconds of high school football on NKTelco Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Big play coming up here for both teams. The Redskins out of timeouts, have got to score on this play. And the Wildcat defense needs one more stop to keep the Redskins scoreless here in the first half. Right now, 20-0 your score. And boy, if the Wildcat defense can get a stop here, credit Michael Kettner for hustling down the field and not giving up, making a tackle on about the 5-yard line. And 3 straight plays have really netted nothing for the Redskins. And
it was definitely a point-saving tackle by him.
That
a lot
time,
of times that goes unnoticed. His hustle.
So big play here as final instructions are given. The play clock has wound. It's down to 20. Game clock's at 10.
They've had very little success on the ground except for that jet sweep. So I would look for this ball to be put into the air.
Into the pass and catch, touchdown. I believe it was number 6, Mason Kemper, a 4-yard pass and catch. Excellent execution there. Not a big window, but squeezing the ball into the hands. Touchdown for the Redskins.
He was all by himself over there on the left side. All he did is beat his man to the inside, and a very nice pass.
Beltrain, Dorado, Lafarga from Spain will be on to kick the extra point. And he gets it through the uprights. The Redskins have got points on the board here with 7 or 6 seconds to go on a critical 4th down.
There you saw it again. Just a nice move on the inside of the defender, and that ball was put right on the money.
So nice execution, as Ron mentioned, kept their poise as the clock was winding down in the second quarter. Called timeout. Or they got the incomplete pass, reloaded, called the timeout, decided what they wanted to do, and they executed it. 20-7 your score. 6.3 left until halftime. We'll remind everyone at halftime, I want you to stick around. We will have the hometown opportunity, business spotlight, and that today will be featuring Area Electric. Again, that is coming up at halftime here on NKTelco Sports. So the Wildcats defense nearly came up huge to force the 4th down conversion. But the Redskins offense, Ron, big play, much needed to spark the offense for the Redskins.
Right, 2 big plays there in that drive. One was the jet sweep, and the other one was the TD pass, right on the money.
Kicking off for Loramie, number 4,
Nick Branderwee will kick off for the Redskins.
We don't want to forget about the trick play, too.
That's right.
Halfback pass.
And the over-under kick is fielded at the 21-yard line. 4.9 seconds left. I would expect Minster to come out and basically probably take a knee. We'll see once if they want to throw it downfield or not.
You really wouldn't have to huddle over there for that, would they?
You want to make sure everybody's on the same page. You don't want a turnover now. Safety first. Here's where you want to be conservative, Ron. So big offensive score for the Redskins and new life into their squad, and the Wildcats will huddle around and under center. Niemeyer will go under center, take the snap, and that will conclude the first 24 minutes of high school football here on NKTelco Sports. And at halftime, the Wildcats on top 20-7 over the Redskins. And I would like to remind you again to stay tuned now as we will bring to you our hometown opportunity business spotlight featuring Area Electric here on NKTelco Sports.
I waited till I was 37 years old to become an electrical helper. And that's what I love about this field is you can come in at any age. Knowing what I know now, I would have left right out of high school and got into this field just because of the opportunities, just because of how it feels to come to work and get off work and know that you've done something.
I mean, if you're good with your hands and you can kind of think things out, any of the trades, you can pretty much do. You really almost got to get into it to try it, to see if you like it and that, but if you're mechanically inclined, you'll be fine trying to do this trade. On these jobs, basically coming out of the ground, we do everything electrical. We'll do the main service, all the lighting, all the devices, receptacles and that. A lot of the times we go ahead and rough in all the fire alarm, the security, we'll help pull the wires for that.
You know, these kids come in, they don't know anything, and it's fun to teach them. I had a guy take me under his wing. He taught me how to start running pipe and how to do pipe layout. And then he started teaching me how to get circuits together in the conduit, how to mount panels. You know, it starts from knowing nothing, at all, to running jobs. That's what it works up to. And the faster you can learn it, the more you can learn, the more you're going to benefit the people you're working around, without a doubt.
The job you see behind me is one of the projects I'm running. We're getting ready to do a helicopter pick on some mechanical units today. I really enjoy working with my hands, really enjoy being a part of building something and seeing something from start to finish. It's a nice feeling to be able to drive by something later on and say, hey, I did that, and I was a part of that building.
I chose the electrical field because I've always been interested in fixing as much stuff as I can. I live on a farm, so it comes in useful lots of times. I attended the Upper Valley Career Center. Started out working for area between my junior and senior year, and I was 17 years old, and it was nice to get a jump start on my career. What I enjoy about being an electrician is that you're always doing something different. You could be wiring stuff up one day, you could be running conduit the next. In the future, I look to finish out my ABC schooling and get my journeyman, hopefully someday become a foreman.
Welcome back to Fort Loramie High School as we get ready to start the third quarter. The Wildcats on top of the Redskins 20-7 with our first half stats. Here is Ron Cruzy.
Rushing yards, Minster had 73 compared to Fort Loramie 54. Passing yards went to Minster 118 yards to Fort Loramie 70. Total yards 191 for Minster, 124 for Fort Loramie. Minster had 2 penalties for 10 yards. Fort Loramie had 1 penalty for 10 yards. They each had 1 turnover. Passing wise, Jacob Niemeyer 4 of 6 for 118 yards. Colin Moore 9 of 15 and 1 interception for a total of 35 yards. Rushing wise, Alex Schmidtmeyer 13 rushes, 64 yards for Fort Loramie. Carter Mesher 1 rush for 26 yards. Nick Brandewy 7 rushes for 22 yards.
Well, good job, Ron, there. And also, I know Ron does a great job keeping stats, but also would like to thank, normally it's Bruce Monin and his wife, Deb. Deb is out of town, so his daughter, Rebecca Monin, providing us our stats that Ron can use to kind of compare how you did during the first half. And how did you do?
Very close.
Very good. That's very close. All right. So thank you, Bruce.
They do a great job.
Bruce Monin with his stats. Yes, they provide us stats. Helps out a bunch. And we are set here as, again, Minster had won the opening toss, and they elected to defer, and they will receive the opening kickoff. And, that was a huge touchdown the Redskins got on 4th down to end the half, because if they don't score, it's 20-0. Minster gets the ball to start the third quarter, and they could, momentum probably on Minster's side could very easily go to 27-0, if you will, and that's a huge hole to dig into. So a good finish for the Redskins. Now, they got a lot of work to do to stop the Minster offense, but they're going in the right direction. For Minster, Ron, they got to make sure they put a good effort out there to not allow Redskins to get back into this thing, gain any momentum.
Yeah, the big thing here will be Fort Loramie's defense, see if they can keep the momentum going. If they can hold Minster to 3 and out, it'll really be a big plus for them here in the third quarter. Get the ball back and see if they can keep it going.
Well, the Wildcat offense will start at the 10-yard line. And again, offense right now having to reload, losing a couple key offensive and really defensive players as well. And Isaac Smeezing and Hilsman from last year's squad that was state champions, and they've done a good job so far. They put 20 first half points on the board.
Yeah, Niemeyer's shown quite a bit of athleticism back there with his passing and running, so not a real big drop off there.
So the opening play is a run from Niemeyer, and he barrels down to the 15-yard line. The sun has set, so it's much easier for us to see the field now. And
we can actually see numbers out there.
We don't have to guess, so it's a nice night for high school football. Nice atmosphere here at Fort Loramie. Well-attended game, as you would expect with these two teams, separated by just 4 miles, and a lot of festivities going on before the game, and a pretty entertaining game right now for the people that have come into the stands, and it's good to see that. Mother Nature has cooperated as well. Niemeyer with a handoff, and that looks like Schmidtmeyer again on the far side.
So it looks like Minster's using their running game to set up their passing game.
Well, you talk about big plays in the game, and I know it's a lot of time left, but boy, if the Redskins can stop the Wildcats, they're going to get the ball back here in pretty good field position. The Wildcats can really make it difficult for the Redskins. If they get a first down here, keep the ball, keep the clock moving, and keep the chains moving to the north. Niemeyer has room and has an opening. He's going to lose his balance and go down about the 28. So from the 17-yard line to give him the 30, Jacob Niemeyer, a huge run as he goes off the right side, as you see it here.
He's running step for step there with the Redskins, and they finally caught up with him, and that's number 4, Nick Brandewie, a 6'2", 205 junior, ran him down.
Well, Niemeyer comes up with a huge play on his own, and not maybe known for his running, more for his passing. Mentioned Jared Hilsman last year, did it through the air and did it on the ground, more of a athletic quarterback that could make things happen with his feet. Niemeyer doing it with his arm tonight, and that time taking advantage. Now he's gonna try it with his arm.
Got him.
Kettner, catch down to the 6-yard line.
Getting a reception, number 12.
So Kettner, 6-foot seniors, had a nice night.
That's number 15, Jacob Niemeyer.
A 6', 155-pound senior went up and got it again. They've made 3 catches similar to that, where they leave their feet and go up and get it at the highest point. Very impressive.
Well, the big target helps, and
it's not always the same one. It's three different targets.
Inside the red zone are the Wildcats. They will look to tack it on here as Niemeyer, after he kind of bobbled the snap, muscles his way down to about the 2-yard line.
But still a good piece of ball handling there, and faked the handoff there.
Take another look at it here. As you mentioned, the good ball fake.
The defender went after the running back. Niemeyer just followed the hole and got some positive yardage out of it.
2nd down and goal from the 3. There's a whistle, and a timeout will be taken by the Fort Loramie Redskins. With 9:09 left in the 3rd quarter, timeout on the field. You're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
PSG Automotive Outfitters, your truck accessory headquarters.
Medicine. Wilson Health.
Welcome back as the Wildcats are knocking on the door. They lead 20-7 and are 3 yards away, Ron, from putting another 6 points on the board. Timeout taken by Fort Loramie's head coach Spencer Wells.
Yeah, they got everything open to them right down there with being on the 3-yard line. Run or pass. That's why Loramie wants to make sure they're in the right defense to optimize their chances of stopping them.
9:09 left.
They come out in a running formation.
Yeah, really packed. No one out wide. Niemeyer hands off to Schmidtmeyer, and he is corralled and tackled.
Good gang tackle there by about 5 Redskins. Come through to make that play.
Max Hoyne and also Mark Seger in on that tackle. So those two guys make a big play following the timeout. 3rd and 3. Can the Redskins come up with 2 more stops? Can the Wildcats find a crease in the Redskins' defensive front line? Nick Meyer with the handoff. He keeps it running right side. Not going to be able to make it.
Didn't make it.
I think
looked like he might have got down to the 2 or 3.
I believe Nick Brandewee.
He is stopped by Devin Werman.
Oh, Devin Werman, number 2. Good play by the 6-foot senior, Devin Werman. It looked like you mentioned maybe Niemeyer was going to get the angle, but Werman collapsed and knocked it down. A big 4th down now here in this ball game.
4th and goal from the 2. Got a wide receiver out wide to the left.
They'll spread the field. Yeah, way out on the left is number 25.
Heitkamp.
Jack Heitbrink.
Heitbrink.
They throw it. The catch is made. And number 34, Augie Bainline with a 2-yard pass reception touchdown. August Bainline, a 6'3" senior, Ron, slips out of the backfield, and a nice throw by Niemeyer right on the money. Fort Loramie not able to stop him, and a big touchdown run on the 4th down from the 2-yard line.
Well, that was another play we haven't seen, I don't think, the whole ball game. They came up with that pretty much open to catch it, and then they tried to gang tackle him, and he was too powerful to keep him out of the end zone.
Brian Falk with the PAT. Another look at the touchdown here. And Ron, you mentioned we had not seen this, but watch 34 slip out of the backfield. Boy, nearly deflected, but able to get through the defender's hands, and the tackle by Brandewee at the goal line, not enough. And the Wildcats take a 20-point lead once again. While we have it right here, I'll let Ron go through our game sponsors.
Okay, we got Wagner's IGA, Grand Lake Health, Clopay Building Products. We service what we sell. Moran's Refrigeration, a name you know, a name you trust. PSG Automotive Outfitters, Minster Bank, Financial Solutions for a Lifetime, Sweeterman Pharmacy, pharmacies located in Salina, Coldwater, Minster, New Bremen, St. Mary's, and Wapakoneta. And the keys to the game was brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. And replays are brought to you by Winners Meats, quality meats for 90 years.
Thank you, Ron. And again, thank you to those fine sponsors that allow us to bring you this. And this is high school football on NKTelco Sports as the Redskins get a nice return out to the 35-yard line. Mark Seger, nice return, and mentioned what a nice job the Redskins offense did, Ron, before the end of the half, getting a big play, getting a touchdown. They're going to have to come right back with that same style offense and match what the Wildcats offense did to start the 3rd quarter, and that's march down the field and put a touchdown on the board.
Right, the Redskins defense just couldn't keep the momentum that they had built up there at halftime. So now it's up to the Redskin offense.
Moore keeps it, goes forward, and going to run through the Minster defensive unit. We've got left end Dylan Sharp, nose guard Kyle Reithman, right end Sam Smeezing, left linebackers Augie Bainline, Jack Heitbrink, Cody Frericks, Strong safety Joe Winter. Cornerbacks Mike Kettner and Noah Eneke. Strong safety Trent Rechterman. And your safety Alex Schmidtmeyer. Done a nice job for the most part keeping Fort Loramie in check. That pass underthrown, intended receiver was Kemper, and maybe it was a good thing it was underthrown.
Yeah, you could tell the corner back there for the Wildcats, he read that play. He was coming up on the ball.
Mike Kettner, yes, read it well.
And then he saw it was low, so he let out.
You mentioned earlier if they could, disguise that, give him the look of that short throw, get Kettner in this case to bite, and then down the field you go. Tough to.
A little stop and go, but they really weren't that accurate on their long passes in the first half.
Moore down the field in the middle, pass.
That was behind the receiver.
Maybe Frericks got a hand on it, or was it touched?
Yeah. I think there was 3 Wildcats there closer to the ball than a Redskin. That's going to bring in the punting unit for the Redskins.
Okay, Mesher, the intended unit, or the receiver, could not come up with a catch. A quick 3 and out. Punting will be Holdhouse. Junior standing 6 feet 2 inches and will be asked to pin the Wildcats deep.
Schmidtmeyer's back deep for the Wildcats.
A little bit of pressure, but Holdhouse able to get it off, and Schmidtmeyer will watch it bounce, and it will take a Fort Loramie hop to the 20.5-yard line, and that is where the Wildcats will start over. They were successful running in the first trip, and boy, a touchdown here and some time off the clock really is going to make it difficult for the Redskins to muster a comeback.
Yeah, the hard part for the Redskins right now, they haven't stopped either the pass or the run, so to speak. So they got a double barrel thing coming at them right now. And it's different if you can stop one and force them into another, and then you know what's coming.
We'll see once how the Redskins react. We'll see once what the Wildcats do on offense.
But Minster's done a nice job. They lost most of their offensive line from last year, and their offensive line is playing well.
Yep, and they've done a nice job filling in for those voids.
There's a flag. I think we had some movement on just as we talked about the offensive line there.
Make a mistake. I want to mention, you mentioned the unit here for the offense, how they have had to reload. They've done a nice job under head coach Garen Stokes. This is his 6th season. Past 5 seasons, he's won 72% of his ball games, 49 wins, 19 losses, a couple of state champs.
We didn't get the names of the officials, but I just saw a close-up of the referee, and that's Witt from that does a lot of basketball games.
Kettner open or underthrown, intercepted, and making a nice defensive play is number 9, Jake Ratterman. So Ratterman, the ball maybe a skosh underthrown, turned around just in time, Ron, comes up with a big interception.
Yeah, the 6'1 senior made a nice play on that ball. He read the eyes of the receiver and just turned around just at the right time and located the football and pulled it in.
47-yard line is where the Redskins will take over, and you're exactly right, Ron. We've seen
Frank Witt, I think his name is.
Witt. Yeah, I believe.
I think the V or W is pronounced with a V.
Could be. We've seen him a lot of. You mentioned Ohio Northern basketball games that we cover. Looking for the big play down the field, comes up incomplete.
If I remember right, I think he's from East Liberty, East or West.
I don't know where. Yeah, I couldn't tell you, Ron.
One of the two.
But been officiating a lot of sporting events for a number of years. So the Redskins try to hit the home run, which you don't blame him. A lot of momentum, and if you hit on that, you're really getting your momentum, enthusiasm, if you will, back on your team, and they will have to redo it again here. 2nd and 10. Minster's defense trying to get a stop here to limit the momentum, and there's a nice rush up the middle for Brandewee.
Nice job by the offensive line that time, creating a hole for Brandewee to go right up the middle.
Dustin Frericks, number 67 for the Wildcats, in on the stop, but not until Brandewee, as you see it here. You see the hole Ron talked about. Pretty nice opening and able to drag some arm tackles a few yards forward. Brandewee will be close to a first down, and he might get it. So
Yep,
Only needed a
first down.
couple and got what he needed. So the Redskins, new life following the pickoff, the interception created or caused by Jake Ratterman. And a good first down keeps the chains moving and the offense heading south. Again, the defense for the Wildcats going to try to get a stop here. Mesher, I believe the intended receiver, started looking before he caught the ball.
They're going to call it incomplete.
So that will stop the clock. It should stop the clock. 5:24 and counting.
There it stopped.
It stops. Yeah, I thought it was a catch, but from our angle, we have a nice view where we saw they waved it off. And they will reset it to 5:35. So 5:25. The 1 second put back on the clock. I always wonder in those situations, can't you just go 1,000 or 1 Mississippi and then start it? 35. Well, that'd be 11.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Well, I said 1
5:35.
Mississippi. Now I'd have to do 11 times. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Take another look at here. The incomplete pass is just bobbled.
Yeah, you
Yep.
can see it.
Good call.
Hit the ground. We're having a little trouble with the clock.
Well, it's,
you want to go down there and help
I
him?
know the person doing it is new because they were training him right
Yeah,
before
they
the
were.
game. So, it's, and of all things, now
Now they put pressure on him like that.
He won a baseball state title as a head coach, so give him a break.
Okay. There you go.
I think they'll keep him.
He's doing a better job than I could do. Let's put that.
Yeah,
way.
we'd still be there. So, and we're back to live
He's catching
action
all
here.
kinds of grief too.
Yeah, he is. I don't know what you have to do, but clock is reset. There's a whistle, so a false start will be called against the Redskins. So this will move them back 5, create a 2nd and 15. Well, we have a chance here. I'd like to thank our crew in advance in case we don't do it at the end of the game. Our camera people this evening are Tyler Wolf, Patrick Toller, and Ian Bullheimer. They're doing a nice job up top and down on the field. And also our production crew tonight putting this all together for us is Scott Robinson and Isaac Sell. Again, I am Jeff Henson alongside me tonight. Ron Cruzy bringing you week number 1 of Ohio High School Athletic Association football. And for the 13th time in a row, the Redskins and the Wildcats have opened up their season against one another. Minster leads the all-time series, 12 wins against 4 losses. They met a couple times in the playoffs. That's why more games than opening games, or just opening games, is there's a strong stop by Cody Frericks in on the tackle for the Wildcats.
Nice play there. You're going to see him come right across the line of scrimmage. He's unblocked.
Good players, unblocked, make great plays.
Pretty much all the time.
So now 3rd and 15. Some time for Moore. Open receiver.
Nice pass.
I believe it was Ben Barhorst, number 11.
That's one of the nicer passes we've seen him make. That was right on the money.
Boy, nice touch, as you mentioned, from the 43-yard line all the way down. Take another look at it here. 43-yard line down to the 20-24. Nice spiral right over the defender's head, and good catch by Ben Barhorst, senior wide receiver. As we're into 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Good cut.
He's got some room.
Turning a corner and scoring the touchdown. Carter Mesher, 24-yard rushing touchdown. Carter Mesher. So 2 seniors make big plays on back-to-back snaps. Mesher finishes on the touchdown run. And Fort Loramie, following the interception, takes advantage of it. Some nice plays. And more importantly for the Redskin Football Club, a touchdown. And on to do the extra point is a different kicker. I believe it was number 5.
Here's
Take another look at the replay.
Broke one tackle, and then he's off to the races, looking for the corner of the end zone.
Nathan Ratterman. And the long snapper was number 6, Nathan.
We'll take a quick break and come back with more football here on NKTelco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Colin Moore on the point average touchdown on that play for the Redskins, so that gives them their 14th point. Nick Brandewee, number 4, will kick off now, so the Redskins get a turnover, drive down the field, a couple big plays, as I mentioned, from 2 seniors, Ben Barhorse and then Carter Mesher. Put points on the board for the Redskins. Now, see once the Minster offense can take care of business with their possession. A line drive kick will allow the Wildcats a return, and Schmidtmeyer pretty much untouched on there. That line drive kick gave him a lot of running room before he ever met any defense, and he does a nice return out to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, he had probably a 25 or 30-yard cushion there when he caught the football.
So the Wildcats, a 13-point lead, will look to get back on offense. They've had a couple turnovers here, as they will get their final direction from Garen Stokes. As I mentioned earlier, he's now in his 6th season. I want to mention his assistant coaches. They include Byron Albers, Brett Buchanan, Jake Circle, Jason Hegeman, Craig Lumcool, Eric Ranley, and Brian Sextro, the assistant coaches for head coach Garen Stokes. And I believe it is Heitbrink busting through for 9.
Nice strong run.
It's 25, Jack Heitbrink.
That was about a 7-yard run up the middle. For Minster. And the stop for Fort Loramie.
So 2nd and short as the Wildcats approach the 45-yard line. That would give them a first down if they reach it. So shotgun formation again for Niemeyer. Heitbrink back-to-back good carries, gets a first down, gets bent over, but not until he gets across the 45 to the 47. And the first down for the Wildcats. So a good start for this drive for Coach Stokes' offense.
Yeah, we'll see how long it takes them to put it in the air this time. The last time they put it up, it was intercepted.
Underthrown.
Yeah, so with a 13-point lead, 3:40 left here in the 3rd quarter, they might be a little hesitant to throw the deep ball again.
Schmidtmeyer stopped. Good defensive pressure.
Tackled behind the line of scrimmage by number 45 of the Redskins,
Max Coyne, a sophomore, did a nice job, Ron, sneaking through there, and he really gave Schmidtmeyer no room to make a play.
Yeah, I wonder right now they might be looking at Schmidtmeyer coming out of the backfield. They've had success with him. That would be a shorter pass, a safer pass for him. We'll see what they do.
So the Wildcats back to the line of scrimmage. 2 lines to gain for the first down now as they lost yards there. That ball dropped by Niemeyer. He will just simply fall on it. The right move for the Wildcats, but they'll lose 3 more yards. Because that time maybe Niemeyer just a little anxious to get going, and pretty decent snap. We'll take a look at it.
It looked a little low, maybe.
Maybe a little low, but able to keep it in front of him and avoid the turnover. So 3rd now and a lot, maybe 3rd and 14.
They definitely have something to work on there. That's 3 or 4
remember,
snaps that they've had trouble with.
I believe they have a freshman center in Alex Frimmel, so that's a big role for the young man to kind of control the offensive line, and then the shotgun snap every time. Rolling to his left is Niemeyer with the pass and catch to number 14, Austin Brown.
2 or 3 yards short of the first down.
Interesting decision coming up here with 4th and probably 5. It looks like the punt unit will come out for the Wildcats, so a good job by the Fort Loramie Redskins defense.
Yeah, after giving up that opening touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, they came up with an interception, and there they come up with a stop, give the Redskin offense another chance to move the football.
Nick Brandewy on the stop to make sure the Wildcats got no more than what they got right there. There's a punt now coming up by Trent Rechterman. Good downfield pursuit by the Wildcats, no return. And the Redskins of Fort Loramie will start their drive with 1:06 left here in the 3rd quarter on their 20-yard line. This is an important drive, Ron. Another score by the Redskins really gets this thing interesting. Right now, Minster with that 13-point lead, a little bit of control, a little bit room for error, if you will, but the Redskins, a touchdown here puts a lot of pressure then back on the Minster's offense.
Yeah, Minster would be happy with, back and forth punts, but obviously the Redskins, with a spread offense, they can get into a game. They can get back into a game pretty quick.
That'll start with a 5-yard penalty. False start against the offense. So not how you want to start your drive, but it brings up 1st down, 15. So as the Redskins approach the line of scrimmage here, whistles again. Not real sure they will reset the play clock to 25. Now they'll wind it. Game clock stays at 1:05 following the penalty. And now we're off to action. Swing pass to the left side. Kettner with a tackle, but not.
He got the penalty yards back.
But Mesher gets the catch of about 5 yards, as you mentioned, back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 as Mesher hustles off the field.
And we're under a minute left here in the 3rd quarter. We're down to 40 seconds.
Mentioned the wind in the 1st quarter when Fort Loramie had to punt into it from the south to the north. Not really any factor right now, as everything is pretty calm, and really a perfect night for high school football week number 1 as Brandewy muscles forward, I should say, for about 5 or 6. So
see if they get to the line of scrimmage, get another playoff here before the end of the 3rd quarter. They're going to have to hurry.
In no hurry right now. Clock at 10. And they will get the final play of the 3rd quarter off. Brandewy gets the 1st down. So that will end the 3rd 12-minute period of action. Your score, Minster 27, Fort Loramie 14. We'll be right back with more football here on NKTelco Sports.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Red ticket for the 50-50. Again, you have that ticket.
And it's been a nice ball game, Ron. A lot of things still up in the air here, and one of them is the outcome of this game.
Yeah, right when you thought Minster was in control of the game, toward the end of the 2nd quarter, looked like a runaway, and all of a sudden
a big
the
play at
Redskins
halftime.
go down. Big play, and they make a big play here on defense with an interception, and they score another touchdown to counter Minster's touchdown in the third quarter, and a 13-point lead.
The score before half definitely big, but when Minster came out and kind of went down the field and got another 7, you probably thought, well, you know, it felt like it might go Minster's way, but the big interception and the offensive play, if you will, after that interception, getting points on the board really helped.
Yeah, this is a big possession right here for the Redskins. If they can get it down the field and get another 7 points to cut the lead down to 6.
One possession game then.
Yep.
But first things first, Minster is going to do their best on defense here to get the ball back. First, they're going to try to get Mesher, and they've done a nice job pursuing and limiting him to maybe just getting back past the original line of scrimmage, or the line of scrimmage, second and long.
That's the same jet sweep they ran to the left in the second quarter for good yardage. That time they ran it to the right, the wide side of the field. Minster was ready for it.
Penalty.
Personal foul on the Redskins.
So that's going to be illegal block, I believe, is a holding or illegal use of hands. Nonetheless, negative yards for the Redskins. Now, I think it'll stay first. I thought they said, no, we'll see once here.
Yeah, it'll stay first and 10.
First and forever.
Yeah.
It was back
they got
a long
10
way.
on the scoreboard.
And about first and 25.
Yeah, first and 25.
Long way to go. Tough way to start this drive. Now you're backed up deeper into your own territory. A safe pass to the outside. Needs to get around Kettner, and he can't. Nice wrap by Michael Kettner against Mesher. So that was big. As Mesher gets around Kettner, he's got some room to run, but Michael Kettner, number 12, containing a very elusive Carter Mesher.
So second and 23 for the Redskins.
I think it's second and, they just updated now, but second and 15, 16. So still a lot of work to do, but boy, Minster's defense can really get a 3 and out here. They're gonna.
This has to be put in the air right now.
Moore rolls to his right. Downfield play as catch,
Nice
first
catch.
down. Defender was there. We'll see once. I think it's a Fort Loramie catch, and they're moving the chains.
He was well covered, but he came down with the football. That was a nice throw also, we should say that.
Mason Kemper, take a look, right at the yard to gain.
Moore rolls out and puts it right on the numbers.
Pretty good defense. Mike Kettner right there, and as well as a 3-yard gain for the Redskins. So a 3-yard gain there brings up second and 7. As the Redskins approach the midfield mark here. Clock moving as we near the final 10 minutes of the fourth quarter. Another pass out to the right side. Making a nice cut after the catch. Got a couple yards after the catch.
Looks like
Ron,
they got
that might
another
give him
first
enough.
down.
Ben Barhorst gets the first down.
So the Redskins are moving the ball.
Rectorman for the Wildcats on the stop, but not until Ben Barhorst gets a first down. And boy, nice drive right now for the Redskins after starting off with that difficult personal foul or 15-yard penalty. Brandewee runs forward and over a couple of tacklers. Another positive gain on first down. Nice execution, Ron. It seems like Fort Loramie playing with a lot of energy right now. A little hop in their step or pep in their giddy up. So they've done a nice job here the past few plays. More pitches. Brandewee will get stood up for a short gain. So a nice job by the Minster defense.
Nick Brandewee, the Redskin ball carrier.
So now they're in a position again where it has to go up in the air. We'll see what they come up with.
Dustin Frericks, number 67, one of those Wildcats in there on that tackle.
I would look for some kind of a rollout where he has an option to throw it or run it.
3rd down, 3 yards to go. Moore, safe pass out to the side, to the left side. Mason Kemper. It's going to be short, but 4th and about 2.
They just haven't got much yardage on that quick out pass.
4th down, quickly the Redskins to the line of scrimmage. Moore goes under center, the direct snap. He has stood up.
He didn't make it.
I don't know, the look from this angle, very difficult to tell. It's going to be a guesstimate as where the ball is placed. Good job by the Minster defense as Fort Loramie hustled up to the line of scrimmage, took the direct snap, and it is short. So good job, Minster defense, halting Fort Loramie offense that had gained some rhythm and really was doing some nice things offensively. They come up just a couple inches short. So it must not even been close enough for a measurement. That's always tough to try to see once. I'm not saying he made it, but boy, to make those calls and spots, a lot of people on the way, hard to see the ball. The dark jerseys, it becomes a bit of a guess, but must not even been close enough. I thought maybe we'd have a measurement. Not so, and Minster's offense with 8:33 left.
Yeah, as soon as he got up under center, which that is the first time for that I've seen, Minster really cracked down on the defensive line part.
Niemeyer hands off to Schmidtmeyer. Schmidtmeyer gets to near the 40-yard line, and he has stopped. So the Wildcats defense, big play there on 4th and short. Now the offense can really help their defense out by keeping the clock moving and possession of the football.
On that 4th down play, it's hard to say if that was a called play from the sideline or if he saw something and automatically went up there. You know, a lot of times you have that play in your
quick signal, and you yell firecracker or whatever it is, and you just line up and get it running.
If you see this, you go to it.
Yep, false start, I think. So that'll move the Cats back 5 yards. Clock now under 8 minutes. It's 7 minutes, 50 seconds. Remind everyone at the conclusion of this game, Ron and I will select a player of the game. That is being sponsored by NKTelco. Still some time left, but boy, the Wildcats can really make it difficult with a time-consuming drive here. And if they can do that and put a score on the board, it makes it very, very difficult for the Redskins. So the Wildcats, clock starts up again. I thought it was running when it was called. Just a dumb question. If you took another 5-yard penalty, would 25 seconds run off again?
I don't know how to answer
You never thought of that, did you?
No.
Was that another dumb idea I had?
No,
to try to kill the clock?
That was a good one.
Okay, so I got one good idea tonight. So a short gain there, and it brings up 3rd and 13. So this is really now the Fort Loramie defense. They need to make a stop here. And you got a lot of yards in front of you. Keep the Wildcats in front. Get the ball back to your offense, and Minster can really make it challenging for the Redskins with a 1st down here. Niemeyer remains in the backfield. He'll take the snap from Frimmel. They throw it, making the tackle right at the yard to gain, or the original line of scrimmage is Frericks. He is tackled.
That's going to bring out the punting unit for the Wildcats. 4th and 11. 4th and 10.
Devin Werman on the tackle. And I had my down and distance. I thought it would be 4th down now. Or did I miss it?
No, he just got up to the original
Or there's
line
a penalty.
of
We'll see what's here.
Yeah.
False start. Well, no play happened.
Right, so now they're going to have to get that play over again. I didn't hear a whistle.
I didn't see a flag either. Don't tell me we have to reset the clock.
I got another story for Frank Vitt.
I believe that you do.
I've watched him referee basketball for many years. When obviously we were both,
Okay.
Well, obviously when we were both a lot younger, he always reminded me. Now the younger people are not going to get this. He always reminded me of Yowdy Yates.
Okay, let me Google him real quick.
Wagon Train.
You're right. A lot of young people will have no
who
idea
was
what
played
you're
by
talking
Clint
about.
Eastwood, by the way.
You want to? What am I looking up here?
Wagon Train.
Wagon Train.
And he doesn't look like it anymore, but back in the day, and I can never look at him without thinking of it, Wagon Train, Rowdy Yates.
Well, that is something that our home viewers are going to probably have to look up themselves. I believe you, and I just don't know what you're talking about. So I'll look that up in my spare time.
Okay.
Maybe when I'm not working,
or listening to Saginaw, Michigan.
Hey, there you go. That's a good story too. I looked that up. You were right. Saginaw, Michigan. Nice song. So 6:52 left. Now it starts, so another 25 seconds is going to run off here. Minster will not really take it down to 0. They'll get it off about 15. Niemeyer across the middle, open receiver, first down.
Wow, that's a big play there for the Wildcats.
Trent Rechterman. Well, they needed 16. They got 17 as
the offensive line gave him a lot of time back there.
Excellent job.
To survey the field. He picked out the right receiver.
Well, the juniors, the classmates, Niemeyer to Rechterman, connect on a huge first down and what was a kind of, as you watch the replay here, kind of an ugly pass, couple possessions with the penalties and the delays in the game. But Niemeyer comes up big to Rechterman. And that is a first down as we approach now under 6.5 minutes to go.
It wasn't like it's one-on-one there. There were 3 Redskins waiting on him.
So now the play clock down to 5. Niemeyer hands off, throws it, I should say. That's Bainline. First down, again, out of the backfield. I think we saw that go for 6 earlier in the game.
There's a flag.
Something similar to that where they brought Bainline, the fullback, out of the backfield. We'll see what
late
the play
flag.
is, what the flag could be. Right now it's a first down Minster at about the 40. We'll see what the call is.
I would assume this is a dead ball foul.
So they moved ineligible possibly downfield on when they brought the lineman, maybe got out too early.
Maybe that's why it was late. He was trying to determine what number the player was to determine if it was an illegal player downfield.
Ineligible man downfield. I'm going to kind of go with that. And that's going to he's got to back it up from the original line of scrimmage on the 50, so should put it back to like the 45. Should. 6 minutes, 7 seconds left. Again, the referee's huddling. We'll see what. While they do that, Ron, I'll let you go through some of our sponsors.
And we'll start at the top here again. New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Caring Without Limits, Precision Strip, NKT.TV, BowlerStore.com, Wagner's IGA, Grand Lake Health, Clopay Building Products, We Service What We Sell, Moran's Refrigeration, that's a name you know, a name you trust, PSG Automotive Outfitters, Minster Bank, they have financial solutions for a lifetime.
Well, thank you again to those fine sponsors, and after some discussion, they're going to rule that there was not a foul, so give the Wildcats the first down, and we'll move forward. So, I guess there was no foul after they reviewed maybe the numbers and making sure what lineman was where. I'm not real sure, but it is a first down. Clock, more importantly, for both these teams continues to move. We're under 6 minutes now.
But he wishes he'd just kept that flag in his pocket. But
well, maybe he got confused. Maybe he realized it wasn't the lineman. Maybe it was a tight end.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain rules, certain people are allowed to go downfield before the ball is released and not released, etc. So hopefully they got it right. The Wildcats are thankful they did. And Schmidtmeyer noses forward for a couple. And again, the clock continues to wind. And well, this is a big drive for the Wildcats. They can really drain this clock down a bunch.
And it could have been somebody that came in and reported in as an eligible receiver. And obviously the guy on the side here wouldn't know that, if that indeed was the case.
So 2nd down 7. And now we are approaching and just about ready to go under the 5-minute mark. So a lengthy, time-consuming drive for the Wildcats, just what they want to do with their offense. Niemeyer keeps it. Good decision. And he hustles towards another first down, comes up short by a couple.
They're probably in 4-down territory there, I would assume.
Well, good decision by Niemeyer. He pulled it out basically at the last minute from handing it off, and that's it's a read. You really got to be sure what you want to do, and he made the correct decision.
Well, it's going to make it 3rd and 2.
Looking at about 2 plays per minute because it's going to, by the time they snap this.
So if they're in 4-down territory, they got 2 rushing plays here to get those 2 yards if they
we're almost
decide to do that.
There's another whistle, so that'll stop the clock momentarily at 4:13. Timeout Wildcats will take one with them. You're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
4 minutes, 13 seconds left as the Wildcats take a timeout. They are in control right now, and they are very close to putting this game on ice, if you will, with a 13-point lead, getting near the red zone, but more importantly, just consuming clock. And it's going to take a mistake on the Wildcats offense to kind of cough the ball up or something like that to give the Redskins much of a chance here.
Yeah, I think they need a turnover, but especially if they get a first down, they've got 2 downs here to make 2 yards.
So a timeout by Coach Stokes. His team now back out on the line of scrimmage. Niemeyer in the backfield. The junior quarterback. The handoff to Schmidtmeyer, and he's going to go to the house. A 31-yard touchdown, and the Wildcats add to their lead. Alex Schmidtmeyer, 31 yards on the ground up the middle. A nice hole for Schmidtmeyer to bust through, and a junior again scoring there as Niemeyer Jr. came up as the quarterback, and Rechterman had a good catch on that. Now Schmidtmeyer, all juniors, big part of this touchdown scoring drive for the Wildcats. Holding now is Mike Kettner, and kicking is Brian Falk. Falk's kick, good. We'll take a look at this run here on replay.
Yeah, you're going to see a big hole there through the offensive line, and he sees that. He has the vision to see the hole, and once he hits that hole, nobody's there, so he's gone.
The 34th point for the Minster Wildcats, and nice drive for the Wildcats. Not only the points for the Minster Wildcats, but they took some time off the clock and came up with a big, remember the down and distance from Niemeyer to Rechterman. That was a big play that...
Yeah, they've mixed it up real well this game. The first half, their big plays came through the air, and now here in the second half, they've used their ground game not only to score, but also to run the clock.
Fort Loramie, just think about, how competitive they've been in this game. The score a little deceiving right now. They've got some time left. It's going to take a lot of things to go right for them to really make this, a competitive, or not competitive, but a comeback. But, they were one possession away from probably getting the ball back, and one play away, I should say, from getting the ball back with a lot of time and a chance to go down and score. And the Wildcats made the opportunity they had, and there's a kick way out of bounds, so that'll give the Redskins the ball around the 35, I think, maybe the 40.
And they need at least 3 scores.
So the Wildcats, we have won 6 in a row, and actually the last time Fort Loramie beat Minster was Garen Stokes' first year at Minster. That was a 2005 or 2000, get my numbers right here, 2013. It was an 21-18 win the Redskins had, and that was Coach Stokes' first season in 2013. Since that time, the Wildcats have won all the openers, plus a couple playoff games where they've defeated the Redskins. So give them 6 straight wins. And tonight's win would be 7 in a row. And in the series, they would go to 13-4 overall against, or in this Redskin Wildcat matchup. Here it's, for most of them have been, like I said, week 1 for the Fort Loramie Redskins since they started football.
I think I left off with Sweeterman Pharmacy. Pharmacy is located in Salina, Coldwater, Minster, New Bremen, St. Mary's, and Wapakoneta. Keys to the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Replay Winners Meats. That's quality meats for 90 years. Halftime was hometown opportunity, connecting local companies with local talent. The player of the game will be brought to you by NKTelco. And the scoreboard sponsors First National Bank. Think first.
Mesher gets it back up to just short of the 35-yard line. So that's where the Redskins will start now. Again, a deficit of 20 points facing them, just under 4 minutes to go. Redskins under head coach Spencer Wells. I mentioned his first head coaching position. He spent I think 7 years at Allen East and also Marion Local, Wapakoneta. So those 2 schools have had great success here recently. Also was a part of Delphi St. John's 2005 state championship team as a quarterback. So definitely has been around winning programs. As that pass intended for Mesher overthrown just a bit, falls to the ground.
Pretty good throw, just a little high. Receiver had to go up in the air. Plus he had a guy on him and a guy coming at him. Hard ball to catch.
So the Redskins open up that first play looking for some big chunk yardage right away, and obviously Minster's defensive backs and such know to try to keep the ball in front of them, keep everything in front, no big plays as Moore will tuck it down and run. And a nice job by the Wildcats corralling and containing Moore. And it ends up being just about a 6-yard gain. Clock continues to move. Brings up now 3rd and 4 as Rectorman makes the tackle.
Now they have to be in a little bit of a hurry.
And
Clock is running.
Yep. They get the snap off. Another pass out here to the side. Mesher will get the first down and get out of bounds. So a couple of good things there. The first down. They'll move the chains. Mesher knocked out of bounds at the 46, 47-yard line.
And what Minster's defense is doing now, nothing over the top. Just keep it in front of you. And make sure they try to tackle them inbound, keep the clock running.
Exactly right. Right now the time is on your side. And the scoreboard, the 20-point lead, you can give a little bit and just force the Redskins to take as much time as possible. Moore, again, out to the side. And I believe that's Brandewie. So Brandewie gets 5 more.
So that's going to bring it down to about 3 minutes to go.
Under 3 minutes. Again, Moore back, looking this time downfield. Open receiver in the middle of the field is caught, and that is number 44.
By the time he threw it low, nobody can get it but the receiver. Did a nice job there of hauling it in.
C.J. Billing, the tight end, able to secure the ball in the first down. As you watch the replay here, as we have a whistle on the field, so that'll give us time, and nice catch and moves the chain. Clock will restart now, 2:43 and counting. Moore, nice pass. They'll get a first down out of bounds. So again, Minster's defense maybe playing back a step as making the catch is Ben Barhorst.
They're playing a little loose there, but that was a nice pass also, right over the cornerback's head. I think that was probably a zone defense the way it looked.
You know, you mentioned a lot of starters and such Minster lost due to graduation, but you look at their success over the past few years, few seasons. There's another pass and catch. They play a lot of football games. They're getting 15 games in a year. So that's 5 extra weeks. Not that all those kids are getting into games, but they're 5 extra, that's whatever, 30 days where you're around football, understanding the program, getting comfort, working out, you know, basically practicing, where other kids are done after basically 10 weeks, and then it's over. So don't know if that has something to do with it or not, but they do get some extra work. So
yeah, they look very familiar to last year's squad.
You know, just different bodies, but kind of similar results. So a good start for the Wildcats, and can't say that the Redskins played awful. They very competitive, and a couple of big plays here. You mentioned those 2 touchdown passes to those tall receivers have really kind of been the difference in this game.
Yeah, they're allowing a pass to the sidelines, and the Redskins are doing a good job hitting the guy on the sidelines, getting out of bounds to stop the clock. Minster would like to keep the ball in between the lines.
Morgan, plenty of time. Mesher, stiff arms, will get out of bounds, short gain.
Minster, I'm sure, is going to practice that a little bit, trying to keep the ball in play.
2:19 left. Play clock at 25 will wind. That pass incomplete. So that pass intended to number 44, C.J. Billing, falls to the ground. And again, clock stops at 2:13. We'll remind everyone again at the conclusion of this game, Ron and I will be selecting a player of the game. That award today being sponsored by NKTelco Sports. So we will be wrapping up here shortly and providing that award as well as our game recap here following the conclusion here. The Redskins trying to get some more points on the board, and that one down to inside the 5 is Mesher. Number 21 with a catch, and
we got enough for the first down, so it's going to make it
first and goal.
First and goal from the 3.
Moore. Ball tipped. I believe it was tipped. It falls incomplete, so that'll stop the clock at 1:57. So someone from Minster, Ron, able to get their hands up, deflecting that attempt. And still a touchdown here. Still a lot of.
Almost have to throw it. Just if it's incomplete, it's going to stop the clock.
Moore will elect to keep it, and he's going to get smothered and stood up.
So the clock keeps running.
Like you said, that's kind of a tough break there. Really a short gain, but the clock continues to roll.
Right after the line of scrimmage by number 65, the nose guard.
Still now a short distance to go. Redskins hustle up, try to get another stop off as quick as possible. They get set. No signal yet.
Didn't make it. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1.
So a host of Minster Wildcat defenders in there. The whole line basically coming up with that stop. 4th down and 1. Redskins hustle up to the line of scrimmage. Moore gives it off to Brandewie, and he will not make it. So the Minster defense, even at the late juncture of the game where a score maybe doesn't matter, they stiffen up and force or stop the momentum of the Redskins offense on that drive, and will take over on downs with 63 seconds left. And tough break again for the Redskins. They, kind of maybe against a soft defense a little bit, still got down there just when it counted the most, could not get the final couple yards, and will turn it over on downs.
Yeah, that pretty much puts the nail in the coffin. There, if there was any hope at all, they had to get in, and then an onside kick and
a whole bunch
a quick
of things had to
score
happen.
and another
Yeah.
onside
Like I said,
kick.
a whole bunch of stuff would have had to happen, but it still would have been nice to see the Redskins, for momentum building.
Definitely.
Just momentum a boost, because you got a
was-
long season ahead of you.
It was possible, but not probable.
There you go, well said. So right now, Niemeyer will do his best to avoid the safety and just avoid a turnover as well. You don't want to. Schmidtmeyer seals it with a nice 10-yard gain across the 10 to the 11-yard line. And
Yeah, Minster had to be really careful with that snap. As
They've
much
had some-
trouble as they've had tonight.
have a little
with
bit
it.
of adventures is right, so they were able to get a good connection that time. And
Kind of surprised they don't go under center to avoid a bad snap.
yeah, that especially in the end zone, you're right. Clock winding, and this should be about the last play of the game. Now they go into victory formation. The Wildcats open up the season somewhat, where they left off last year, winning the state title in Division 7. They open up 2018 as they earn a win against their rivals from the south, the Fort Loramie Redskins, and the teams will meet at the midfield stripe, and the coaches also will handshake, and a good battle here. The Wildcats prevail. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll wrap things up here from Fort Loramie and hand out our Player of the Game award, and return here after words from our sponsors on NKTelco Sports.
At CAPT, we use hometown opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Welcome back here to Fort Loramie High School, where the Redskins and Wildcats have battled. The Minster Wildcats win 34-14. And with our game stats, here is Ron Cruzy.
Rushing yards, Minster 199, Fort Loramie 118 yards rushing. Passing yards, Minster 183 yards, and for Fort Loramie 192 yards. Total yards 382 for Minster, 310 for Fort Loramie. Penalty, 6 penalties for Minster for a total of 30 yards, 4 penalties for Fort Loramie for 31 yards. Time of possession, 25 minutes, 3 seconds for Minster, 22 minutes and 57 seconds for Fort Loramie. That's pretty even. Rushing-wise, Alex Schmidtmeyer for Minster, 20 carries, 107 yards. For Fort Loramie, Nick Brandewie, 16 carries for 51 yards. Passing-wise, Jacob Niemeyer, 9 of 12, 1 interception, 183 yards. For Fort Loramie, Colin Moore, 22 for 36, 1 interception for 157 yards.
Well, there are your stats. And once again, thanks to Bruce and Deb Monin and also his daughter tonight, Rebecca, filling in for Mom, for helping Ron make sure that his stats were right and provide you with that information as you watch highlights here throughout our game. I'd like to thank our sponsors again. Some of these, our scoreboard sponsors, First National Bank, Think First. Our halftime show tonight, the Hometown Opportunity Business Spotlight, which featured Area Electric. Thank them for that. And also our replays tonight being brought to you by Winners Meat, a quality meats for 90 years. Our Keys to the Game sponsor tonight was by Keyhole Pizza. So thank you to those fine sponsors allowed us to bring you this. And before we sign off here, we have our Player of the Game award tonight that's being brought to you by NKTelco. So we have that award that we'll announce here as soon as you're ready. And again, fine thank you to all these sponsors allow us to do this. And tonight's winner is Jacob Niemeyer. He ran the Minster offense, as Ron mentioned, with his numbers and did a nice job controlling the offense, had a big run himself. So a nice job in his first varsity game and really helped the Wildcats ball control offense late in the game and came up with some big numbers. The 10 rushes for the 81 yards and the passing of the ball with 183 yards. And a couple of touchdowns go along with that as well. So congratulations to Jacob Meyer and being our player of the game. That will wrap things up here from Fort Loramie High School. Our crew, once again, our camera operators, Tyler Wolf, Patrick Toller, Ian Bullheimer. Our production engineering staff included Scott Robinson and Isaac Sell. And for my partner, Ron Cruzy, I am Jeff Henshin. We would like to thank you for watching our game. And once again, your final score, Minster 34, Fort Loramie 14.